And we are live. How's it going, everyone? Today we have a very special guest on, once again, building an application suite of financial products. I'm specifically referring to Nominex, who is seeking to build a crypto exchange that leverages the best aspects of centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges to create a great user experience. There's a lot going under the hood here. So we are lucky enough to bring on Pavel, the CEO of Nominex and their new decentralized exchange, Nomiswap, to really get under the hood and check out what they are building. So, with that being said, let me bring on Pavel here and we'll kick it off. How's it going, man?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I
Yeah.
will say some words about myself and our company and what we're doing. So, our first project was Nominex, and it's working from 2019, and it's working as a centralized exchange. And from November of last year, we became a Binance official broker. So currently, if you want to trade using Nominex website, in fact, you trade on Binance platform, but we are Nominex website. Uh, and of course, you have some privileges from Nominex which you cannot get from Binance at all. This is the value of Nominex and why why you may need to use Nominex instead of Binance, for example.
Yeah,
And
that's
mhm.
just to jump in here. Sorry, Pavel. I'm curious, just for any users who may be new to Nominex, you guys have built on top of Binance, so you're utilizing the Binance broker system. Is that correct?
Uh, yes, of course. In fact, when you register on Nominex, we create sub account on our corporate Binance account, and when you decide to deposit some crypto, we generate a wallet in Binance sub account, and in fact, you make deposit to Binance platform, and
Awesome.
uh, and when you create a trading order, in fact, this order is performing on is executed on Binance platform and their engine.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I imagine for your users, it creates very depth and liquid markets. So they don't have to worry about too much slippage and things of that nature, considering Binance is one of the largest exchanges. To keep moving forward here, I'm curious if you wanted to touch on a little bit of your background and the team's background. It's always just nice to know the experience of projects that are building.
We are four founders, and we are all backed by technical background. So we are all programmers in the past. In fact, I'm programmer in the past, but my other co-founders are programmers right now, and do uh, they do their best to make our product more solid every day.
Yeah.
Yes, and our technical background allows us to create solid technical solutions, and this is why we can say that our product is working as fintech solutions.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know we touched a little bit on the Nominex exchange, and this is the centralized exchange you guys offer, but you guys also have at the end of last year, it looked like released Nomiswap, which is a decentralized exchange. Do you want to touch on what the goal behind putting out this second exchange product was?
Yes, the reason why we created uh, our our DEX is because of uh, this is trending area right now. So there are many decentralized exchanges creating during last year, and there are plenty of them who just uh, became uh, big exchanges absolutely from zero during short period of time. If you want to create a new centralized exchange right now, it's very difficult and I would say almost impossible to create some popular centralized exchange right now because there are already big players in the market who are trustable by all people around the crypto community, right? And to create new centralized exchange, it's very challenging thing. This is because mostly about the trust. When something you created and this works centralized technology, it should be very trustable so that many people go to your product and use your product. But creating new decentralized exchange means you create smart contracts, you do audits from reliable companies, from reliable audit companies, and in fact, all people just communicate with contracts, with smart contracts, and they don't think about what will happen if hacker will hack the platform, right? In fact, we see that we may have a big opportunity to create something big and grow our Nomiswap DEX to the very big and popular decentralized exchange around the world. And we have all chances to do this because of DeFi direction is very famous right now, and we have very big experience which we've got during last years.
Yeah, that's really exciting. And it makes a lot of sense that you guys are looking to enter the smart contract space and build a decentralized exchange, considering the success we've seen in the past year or so, and even a little bit longer with all of these products coming out on top of layer one smart contract networks. I'm curious what your thoughts are. What users do you see, or what users do you think benefit more from using the centralized exchange, and what users benefit from using the decentralized exchange?
In fact, there are two categories of users who will use this product. So if you day trade day trader who makes often trades every day, so it means you need something like centralized exchange, which provides you suitable tools, which is which you can use as a professional trader, right? Decentralized exchanges are not looking very professional trading tools, but they allow something like freedom. So nobody controls your finances. Only you control your finances, right? And this is why people use decentralized exchange, because this is guarantees that you will keep your money and nobody can take your money, right? And also decentralized exchange used by liquidity providers, people who keep crypto on their hands and just want to make some extra benefits from this. And when you put your money to the liquidity pools, usually you're rewarded some tokens, and this is a motivation for making bigger liquidity on the dexes.
Yeah, that's makes a lot of sense and is awesome. I had a question here, and you really almost already answered it. It was asking about how you attract liquidity to Nomiswap and the centralized exchange. As for the centralized exchange, the Binance broker explains that and ensures that you guys have very deep markets there. As for the Nomiswap DEX, you mentioned that projects will typically incentivize liquidity with a token. Can you touch on how you guys incentivize your liquidity, and is this something that you guys can continue to do forever? If not, what's the plan as you start to taper off or give less token rewards to liquidity providers?
Yes, you're right. If we say about Nominex platform, we have all liquidity from Binance, and so actually you trade on Nominex as you just usually trade on Binance, and you don't have any problems with liquidity. With Nomiswap, decentralized exchange, indeed, we attract new liquidity by giving the liquidity providers our tokens. It's called, so people get APR, some year income, right? And people decide which coins pull to the liquidity pools, put to liquidity pools, and maybe just making a staking of our Nominex tokens. In fact, many famous decentralized exchanges work this way right now. So you provide liquidity, and for getting for yield farming, right? This called yield farming. Maybe I missed your question.
Yeah, I can add on there. I guess my second question is how do you ensure to keep liquidity on your platform? A big term is mercenary liquidity, where people will just jump from DEX to DEX to get the highest yield. How do you plan to keep liquidity on Nomiswap? Like, what other forms of incentives are there for?
Okay,
Yeah.
yes, I understand. In this area, we will provide soon very unique features which other DEXs don't have. The first unique feature is our referral program, which allows you to get rewards from your referral structure. In fact, you get rewards from people when they trade and pay trading fees, and also they get a part of their farmed NMX tokens. But why? But you just don't. You just not getting these rewards, but you get these rewards when you have. So the more rewards you get, this is because you have bigger referral level. To get bigger referral level, you need to put the more money on the liquidity pool. So this is motivation. If you want to get rewards from referral program, you need to put the more money on the liquidity pool yourself. So this is first motivation. Second motivation is that when you have referral level and the higher this level, the more trading fees cashback you get from your own trading activities. It means that, for example, if you put 10,000 USDT liquidity pool, you will have absolutely free trading opportunity on the Nomiswap. So you will be rewarded 100% cashback for your trading fees. And at the same time, you will get a maximum rewards from the referral program. So this is the idea.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's super cool how there's a lot of things going on here. One, this is helping build your guys' community, bring users on the platform, but having these referral tier levels and allowing users to get refunds on fees and also collect referral bonuses sounds like an innovative way to keep users on the platform that not too many dexes are using. And I think it's interesting to point out that referral programs are something that have seen success in other sectors outside of crypto and DeFi. So incorporating those to tackle this problem of losing liquidity or keeping liquidity providers is really interesting. And it seems to be working out decently so far. So I'm curious to watch that continue to build. Also, on top of that, while we're talking about community, I want to ask another question. How do you guys look to build a community? Obviously, one of these things is the referral programs, but what are some other things in place you guys have to really build a community, especially considering how important they are for decentralized exchanges?
Mhm. Community is very important for any project in crypto area. It's just a fact, and we have several ways of doing this. So first one is that we provide contest for community regularly. For example, when we became a Binance broker program, we made a contest so that people record a video, put them on the YouTube, and then we choose the winner. And this way, people generate new content, and their friends see this content, and also become, some of them become our community members. Another way to build a community is to have good partnerships with Telegram channels and YouTube bloggers, and to make them our ambassadors. And we don't have ambassador program published on the public, but in fact we try to make uh, partnership with big players on the crypto market, with big influencers. And when they record some videos on the or make a post, so this part of their community became our part. Mhm.
Yeah. And something I also noticed on my end as well is you guys have a few different Telegram channels looking to build out these communities in different regions. Also, on top of that, you guys have support built in on your decentralized exchange platform, which I think is something that is very unique, having users easily be able to communicate and try to get help with the project. Those are some things I noticed. Even something like you guys have beginner trading courses. So, on top of those things you mentioned, those are just other things that I thought were notable and stood out versus other protocols. So that's definitely interesting. And something else that kind of just wraps into another question, but I think is notable to bring up is the fact that you guys finished in the top 20 of the most valuable builder on Binance Smart Chain. So it seems you guys have had a lot of success and support in the ecosystem, whether it's on Nominex or Nomiswap. But I'm curious, is there any other support or partnerships you guys are looking and trying to do with Nomiswap? Um, and if so, how has this helped you build and grow, being a part of the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem?
Um, after we became top top 20 projects, we noted that some extra attention to our project, to our ecosystem appeared, and many people started to contact us and to suggest collaborations. Also, like you, so that you know about us and you decided to record this video interview. Actually, when people know that we are in fact Binance official partner, like a broker, and also we are in top 20 of project, people trust our project and our ecosystem a lot more, and it's very important for crypto projects because trust is everything.
Yeah. And I'm curious here, that definitely brings a ton of ethos to the project, but kind of shifting gears a little bit, I'm curious. It seems like you guys are starting to build a lot at Nominex and Nomiswap. What have been the challenges in of scaling and growing to this decentralized exchange? And how do you look to continue growing, considering how fast crypto and DeFi moves?
I absolutely believe that you're only possible to grow to grow your product and to move it to the top of the market when your product solves some problems of the users, and also if people are interested, if your users are interested to tell the words about your product to their friends. So something like organic promotion, right? So I don't believe that just to invest money to marketing will bring you results. you ever dreamed about, right? So the most important is organic promotion, in my opinion, and this is why a referral program is very important, and this is why motivation uh, of free usage of product, right? Like cashback of trading fees.
Yeah, definitely. And I think something you said there early on was the idea of users will come if you build a good product. So that's one of your guys' main focus is to build something useful, and then that'll have people coming back continuing to use it. So I think that's definitely notable there. And moving forward, this is like a really big question I always like to ask projects. Considering you guys have now moved on chain to the Binance Smart Chain and you guys have started developing smart contracts, what are the risks behind smart contracts and how do you guys aim to reduce these risks?
Uh, if you say about a smart contract risk, you should you should understand what these smart contracts do. Because, for example, if we say about decentralized exchange, which is working on the single chain, it's uh, it's much more simpler smart contracts than if we say about multi-chain decentralized exchange, because uh, uh, exactly multi-chain uh, mechanics uh, may uh, may bring the problem in the security of smart contracts, because it's very difficult part, and we remember that there were several hacks during last year, big hacks of multi-chain decentralized exchanges. In our special case, we took smart contracts from several famous decentralized exchanges, combined them, and in fact, we made some very few changes to these smart contracts. And also, we have a good engineering team, and this is why we might say that with high probability, our smart contracts will not have any problems. But anyway, right now we are communicating with certain auditing company so that they audit our smart contracts someday.
Yeah, that's good to hear that you guys are working towards audits and definitely something that's really important. I think it's just important to point out to our users that smart contract risk is something that is across all of Web3 and layer one smart contract networks. So to understand that these lines of codes that developers are writing are very high risk. They could have a lot of money locked up to them into them is very important. So seeing things like projects taking code that has already been successful, getting audits is really important. I also think one last point on this concept as well is that no matter how many audits you do and how well your engineering team, there is still the chance of smart contract failure. There's been actually nearly all audit companies that have done a lot of audits that are very well regarded in the space have actually had projects that had smart contract failure. So I think that's just something very important for all users getting into Web3 onto the blockchain with smart contracts, that they understand all of these concepts and the underlying risk that comes in them. So that's just a question I always like to ask. You also talked about multi-chain there, deploying contracts on multi-chain. I've heard from some builders it's significantly harder, not only in the sense of deploying the contracts, but also creating the community, getting liquidity on these networks. I'm curious, Pavel, what's your thoughts on multi-chain? Do you see Nomiswap potentially going multi-chain, or do you think it's better to just focus on one chain?
I think that we will start and we will develop our Nomiswap firstly just one chain, and after we're getting bigger and after we get popular, we will start our development of the multi-chain project. In fact, right now, if you want to change your coin from one chain to another chain, you have two ways to do this: use multi-chain decentralized exchange or use centralized exchange. And I know that there are many people who just hate centralized exchanges and they don't want to use them at all. And I think that these people just looking for a stable solution in multi-chain decentralized exchange. And the question is how soon we will get stable solutions and how many hacks will happen before we get stable solutions for multi-chain decentralized exchanges. But I believe that one day we will get several very solid and stable and reliable solutions in multi-chain exchanges.
Yeah, that's awesome. And on that same topic, you talked about just wanting to focus on really optimizing Nomiswap on the Binance Smart Chain where you guys are currently building. I'm curious what is coming up on the roadmap that is most notable that you're excited about, that we can share with our users.
Uh, in fact, right now our exchange, our Nomiswap decentralized exchange, is looking like PancakeSwap. In fact, so no any other unique features. And right now we are developing hard every day our unique features, which will bring, we believe, our many new users and will start organic growing of our product. So this is affiliate program, referral program. This is cashback for trading fees. And everything I told before because my
Yeah,
goal is
that's
so this is what will be this is what we will release in the nearest time. But if we say about a long-term roadmap, and what is exciting me is this is of course multi-chain solution, because it's very difficult task, and we as a technical background mans, we all like difficult tasks.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. And I'm curious, something I was reading about was the launch pool. Is this something you guys are looking to deploy in the near future? If so, what's the goal behind the launch pool?
Uh, Launch pool is the second way to earn some extra profit when you just keep crypto on your hands. Uh, uh, if we say about liquidity pools, every liquidity pool consists of two coins. A launch pool consists of one coin. In our special case right now, it's only one coin, NMX. So when you have NMX on your hands, you can just send it to the smart contract, and this smart contract will generate a new NMX for you every second. So this is how launch pool works. And our next release will also provide, will also create new launch pool where you can block your NMX token if you want higher profitability. Of course, we are, as a token-based project, we are interested to keep the price of our tokens higher, and we will create some blocking pools for where you can block your tokens for longer period to get a higher profitability.
Awesome. Yeah. So currently users will be able to stake and and they can look forward to locking their NMX tokens. Is the launch pool also going to serve as an incubator for new projects? Is this something you guys are thinking about doing?
Yes, I think so, because um, when we grow and when we become more popular, so I think that many new potential project startups will come to us, and we will have some collaboration to help them to get new audience, which we have already.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it really brings on another aspect to your guys' decentralized exchange, but it creates the system where you guys help projects get the liquidity, the users they need, and then also the users who have been using Nominex or Nomiswap and have NMX tokens are able to be rewarded for contributing in the ecosystem and starting. So that's why I brought up the launch pool. I think it's a unique idea that helps out the ecosystem in general and leverages what you guys have built. So always curious to hear more about these launchpad, launch pool programs and see how they end up developing. I'm starting to get near the end of my questions here. I have one or two more broader topic questions. So if anyone in chat wants to throw anything for Pavel to answer, I can definitely see and ask him and see if he can answer that. But for myself, I'm curious, Pavel, in general, what is your outlook on the layer one sector, the Web3 sector, and what do you want to see coming up in the next year in crypto?
I usually don't do some predictions because if you want to make the god smile, you can make a plan, right? And all cryptomans believe that every next year the crypto will cost more than current year, and of course all people try to think the positive direction, but in fact we see that there may be many some sudden situation which just change the world, not only crypto but the whole world, like COVID, right? And it's nobody thought that it might happen, right? But it happened, and we live with this reality. In this reality, but if you ask me about my overall vision of the crypto market, I can say that I'm absolutely sure that crypto economy will be developing, and every year we will have more and more people involving to the crypto economy. They will get crypto wallets. They will use some crypto products. Uh, and one day, I believe that almost uh, uh, every person on the earth will have some relations with crypto. I am absolutely sure it will happen. Maybe in 5 years, maybe in 10 years, but it will happen anyway, because um, governments cannot forbid this crypto market at all, because they just cannot control this. Decentralization is what makes crypto such strong that nobody can break it.
Yeah. And I think it's really exciting to just hear. I talk to a lot of people building inside the crypto ecosystem, but to hear the general consensus is that innovation is going to continue to happen, whether in the short term the market goes up or down. There's still so many people building here. Everyone is trying to continue to innovate, introduce new products, solve issues. So between all of these things happening, it just sounds like the innovation, not over the next 6 months, not even over the next 8 months, but the people who are in for the long haul and continue to innovate and show up, it seems like there is going to be a lot of growth in the sector. But yeah, I like your outlook, Pavel, that it is hard to see what's going to happen in the next 6 months, the next 2 months, even the next 2 years. Who knows where Web3 and crypto will be? But I like to take the stance as well that we're just going to continue to see innovation. I'm sure in 2017, it was 20, even before then, 2015, 2016, it was hard to think about that we'd have these ecosystems with hundreds of thousands of dApps, but now we're here. So just seeing that how much the sector progresses over time is really exciting. And that really wraps up what I had for you today, Pavel. I really appreciate you coming on. And maybe to just close this off, what are you personally most excited for coming up, whether it's for Nominex, Nomiswap, or just in general on the Binance Smart Chain?
What I'm excited the mostly, in fact, I'm excited, and I believe that whole my team excited just about participating in this progress of growing the crypto market at all. We believe that we may not have good results today, but if we keep working, we will have good results tomorrow, because market is growing and the market needs solid technical solutions. And as we technical men's in the back, I believe that we will have bright future. We just need to provide solid technical solutions. And
Yeah.
mhm.
Oh, well, that's really amazing. I think overall it was great chatting with you, Pavel. I'm actually going to go ahead and just wrap up our discussion here, but I really thank you for coming on and explaining what you're building at Nominex and Nomiswap. And we definitely would like you to have you on here again in the near future. Over at BSC News, we're going to be keeping up on you guys, seeing any latest developments on Nomiswap. So for any listeners in here, we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on what they are building. But other than that, I appreciate you coming on, Pavel.
Thank you very much, Greg.
Yeah, awesome. And we will speak soon. Great. So that was amazing. We had CEO of Nominex and Nomiswap, Pavel, come join us today. And he took a lot of time to explain what they are building, why it's innovative, and how they plan to keep themselves in the ecosystem for the long term. So I think all of those things were really exciting, even touching on how Nominex runs via the Binance broker program, which allows for very deep liquidity. On top of that, they understand and see the demand for something like a decentralized exchange. So they began to build Nomiswap. And Pavel did an amazing job of explaining. So I don't want to touch on all of those too much, as we just spent the past 30 minutes or so covering them. But just to wrap this up, I think it was very nice at the end there to hear that constant innovation is just something that is expected in the crypto space, and it isn't going to go away. So with that being said, I would appreciate if you guys subscribed, like the video, and that would definitely let us know if you guys want to have Pavel and the Nominex team back on here. And other than that, guys, that's going to wrap it up. So peace out, everyone.